And so as you make your way to your posture, let's do a few little movements, a few little stretches. So I would suggest rolling the shoulders back and then forward. Tilting the head to one side and to the other. And then turning the head to look to one side. And turning to the other side. And then maybe do a little twist. So actually turning your torso this time. You can use your hands to get a little bit of leverage and then turn to the other side. Okay, and then move in whatever way feels good for you. I like to stretch, shake. Just feeling into the body and getting prepared for meditation. And then as you come into your posture, finding that balance between being relaxed and alert. Finding the alignment of the body that works for you. And just take a little bit of care here to make sure that you have enough uprightness and enough alertness. And so for this practice, I'm going to emphasize having both calm and clarity. So just make sure you have the natural curve of the spine, crown of the head is reaching up. And if at any point you do feel sleepy, open the eyes and practice with eyes open. Let's take a few deep breaths together. Let's do 3 rounds of clearing breath. So inhaling, letting the belly expand, and then exhaling, releasing, and inhaling, breathing in deeply, pause at the top, and then exhale, letting everything settle. And one more round, breathing in, pause at the top, take another little sip of air, and then breathe out. Nice, long, slow breath. And let the mind fall open. Notice that awareness is already bright and clear. And the intention for this practice, we're going to be exploring shamatha, calm abiding. And this practice involves a bit of effort. And so I want you to set this intention to bring a kind of enthusiasm, an aspiration, bringing intention forward wholeheartedly. To practice diligently for your benefit, and so that those benefits ripple out to those around you. Now let's begin with open awareness. So I'll invite you here to notice the sounds that you can hear. Notice sounds that are loud and sounds that are quiet. Notice sounds that are close to you and sounds that are distant. Notice that sounds arise and pass. And if you can stay present, you can let the sounds be exactly as they are. And then notice the space in which the sounds occur. Tune in to the sense of space. Awareness is like space. Open, expansive, roomy. All the sounds arise within this space. And here you can notice that this space of awareness, the openness of awareness, it's already happening. There's nothing you have to do to make it happen. You're just noticing what was already happening. This is always there in the background. We just don't always notice it. Now, from this spaciousness, you can then refine your scope of attention. So let the spaciousness be in the background. But then tune in, bring into the foreground the sensations of the body. Starting with the feeling of being supported, your seat, where you make contact. And we're going to open now to a whole body experience, letting the whole body be in the foreground. So you might be able to do that just through intention, bringing the whole body forward, or you can do it step by step. Feeling into your seat, the base of your body, and then including all of the lower body, from the hips down to the toes, including the thighs, knees, calves, ankles, feet, and toes. And then also including the torso, the belly, the chest, the sides of the torso, the lower back, middle back, and upper back. And then including the shoulders, down to the fingertips, both arms. And then including the neck and throat, and including the head, back of the head, top of the head, sides of the head, forehead, face, eyes, nose, mouth, jaw, the whole of the head, and the whole of the body in the foreground. And here, bring a sense of curiosity. Just taking an interest in the varied sensations of the body. Anytime you're noticing any body sensation, you're doing it right. And this could be a distinct sensation, or it could be more this vague or murky whole body experience. Just bringing the sensations of the body into the foreground. By being curious, taking an interest, and caring about this present moment experience. If you find anything that's enjoyable or pleasant, feel free to savor that experience. Just really soak in to anything pleasant. If you're noticing anything unpleasant, challenging experience, see if you can be with that as one part of the whole body experience, one part of the whole field of sensation. Good. Now here I invite you to bring a little more emphasis to the metacognitive knowing. This is just knowing what is happening, and especially knowing what's happening in the mind. So see if you can be really clear on what the mind is doing when there are thoughts present, when there is sleepiness or dullness, knowing where your attention is. And this might feel like stepping back slightly, just so you can observe the mind. And at a certain point, you'll reach a place of balance. There's enough stability of attention, enough caring and interest that you stay with the body, and enough metacognitive awareness to know the potential distractions. And even if you get distracted, you can come back quickly. And as you spend more time hanging out, staying with the body, there'll be more settling, relaxation, grounding into the body. Good. Now check your energy levels. If you feel sleepy, make sure to sit up straight, open the eyes. If you feel like you have a lot of energy, imagine yourself really grounding into the body, with the body resting into the earth. And the next stage here is to actually increase the amount of curiosity, to really sharpen sensory clarity. And so to do this, begin noticing all of the subtle details of the sensation of the body. This moment of body sensation will never be experienced again. This is an opportunity to feel the body as it is right now, to be present to that. To let the sensation be fresh, bright and clear. Start looking at the edges of the sensation, the edges of the body. Look at that boundary right at the edge of where you can feel into. And as you start to notice more and more subtle detail, you might find that the body becomes more like a cloud of sensation. Like patterns of light. Waves of energy. There's movement and vibrancy. Might start to feel less solid. Tuning into that subtle level of sensation. Letting your awareness fill the whole body, filled with bright, clear awareness. Good. So I'm going to offer the next step here. Might be a bit different from what you've tried before. Feel free to give it a go and see what happens. If it doesn't work for you, you can always return back to observing the whole body as we have been doing. And so I'll invite you now, within this whole body experience, to start noticing the breath. Notice how the breath sensations change this field, the whole field of body sensation. Notice the movement of the breath through the nose, expanding the chest, the rise of the belly. But then beyond that, you can also notice how the breath is felt throughout the whole body. Each breath creates a wave, a ripple in the whole body space. You might notice this as a subtle movement felt down the arms, down the legs, felt all throughout this field of whole body awareness. And as you take in all of this sensation, so much detail and richness and vibrancy, you can lock in with complete focus. You're staying with the whole body and the breath in the body completely. Exclusively. At some point you might find you're not getting distracted anymore. The mind stays with the whole body and the breath in the whole body. Stay with this complete staying, whole body awareness, the breath felt in the whole body. Calm and clear. Okay, so we'll have time for reports and questions. I'll just say a couple of brief things about that practice. So At the last day of practice, I taught the elephant path. Some of you were there. And it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed the kind of deep dive aspect of it. And I've since been doing a little bit of writing and collecting and collaborative research with AI around the elephant path. Claude drew me this absolutely unhinged version of the elephant path, which I hope to show you all one day. Not right now. But so looking into the elephant path, and actually bringing this back more into the foreground for me in my practice, it's been so interesting and fascinating. I just think it's this incredible system for how to navigate the mind, how to work with the mind and move through different states of experience. And so what we did today is roughly going from stage 4 to stage 6 of the elephant path, the stages of shamatha. And in this practice, we are beginning from a place, and this also depends on where your practice is at and how much experience you have, but beginning from a place of relatively stable attention, being able to notice the sensations, being able to stay with it, and also being able to notice thoughts and distractions. And depending on conditions and how your day was, that may or may not have been present. That's fine. But then from doing the practice, using the technique, gradually moving into more curiosity, more sensory clarity, and then from there into this whole body breathing, where you're kind of giving the mind so much to do and engage with that there's no time to be distracted. The idea is that leads to this complete staying, where you can stay more completely with your meditation object, with the whole body sensation. So that's the idea. And this is the progression from a sort of relatively stable, but maybe not as bright and clear, to more clarity, and then from there being able to stay with the meditation object more completely. And I'll also just give a plug for the meditation workshop that I'm putting on, where we'll cover more of the elephant path. That's on Sunday, 8th of March, if anyone wants to join that.